Welcome back to a second episode in the 1% Club podcast. I'll be your host again today, James Fostero, coming to you from the United Kingdom. Now, if you've came this far, then you've listened to the introduction. You know what the 1% Club podcast is all about. You may have also listened to the Side Hustle Startup podcast, in which case you will now know 8 simple steps to starting a clothing company, starting a clothing brand, using Shopify. Dead simple, secondary source of income stream. Now this podcast is coming to you every Tuesday, and in the last episode we talked about what the 1% Club podcast was all about. The 1% Club is a community of like-minded people that think differently, act differently, and therefore achieve different results. The results that the other 99% population want but don't have. So what does this mean? Different actions equals different results. And let me tell you a few myths about the 1% Club. The 1% Club is for the people. The 1% are greedy. The 1% work too much. They have no work-life balance. But the 1% Club isn't for the people. You don't have to work too much. You work as much as you want to work. And you don't have to be greedy. In fact, the only thing you are is more giving. Now, the reason you should be in the 1% Club is because you only have one life. You only have a finite amount of time for you to make an impact and put your stamp on the world. Now the 1% know this. The 1% population know that they have a finite amount of time. So they're running at 100 miles an hour. They're running as fast as physically possible to get to that point where they've made that real impact on the world. And I did mention we're going to cover mindset, health, income, love and fulfillment. And when they're running 100 miles an hour, they're not just running 100 miles an hour, or they're not just running at an efficient pace to make as much money as possible, which is what the myth is. The 1% Club is about more than just income. It's about the other factors: mindset, having a healthy mind, having a healthy body, having the income to do what you want to do with this one life that you do have, having the love in your life, family, friends, relationships, loved ones, and overall just fulfillment. Because in my opinion, you need to start with the end in mind. You need to know where you want to be. You need to know the destination. And to be in the 1% Club podcast, you don't have to have the most money. You don't have to be in the best relationship. You don't have to work too much. You don't have to be greedy. All you need to do is be on the journey. You need to be on the path to getting where you want to be. That fulfillment, when you were 6 years old, 5 years old, 4 years old, many of you sat there in an office job, coming home, eating pizza, grabbing a bottle of beer or many bottles of beer, spending your weekends doing drugs, smoking, ending up with hangovers. You didn't dream of that when you were 4 years old. You didn't dream that that was going to be your life. So when did you stop dreaming? When did you stop chasing what you were put on this planet to do? And more importantly, when were you going to get back to doing the thing that you wanted to do? And what this comes down to is compromise. That goal was no longer achievable in your mind. Whatever your goal was, you gave up on it. I don't know when it was, but you know when it was. But at some point you settled. At some point you settled and said, I will exchange this dream. I will exchange what I was put on this earth to do to have an easy life. Now, you don't want an easy life. Everybody's got problems. A homeless person's got problems. A homeless person's problem is, where am I going to rest my head at night? The 1% Club problems are, I'm making too much money. I need to make less money and spend more time with friends and family and loved ones. The 1% Club problems are, I'm only giving £10,000 to my charity this month and I want to get to 50. So we all have problems, but you need to put your goals, your mission, what you were put on this planet to do, back on the table. You've taken it off the table, and unless somebody tells you to put it back on, you won't do it. And you'll get to 70, 80, 90, 100 years old, and you'll wonder what happened. So put it back on the table, and let's create a roadmap of how to get there. And let's work every day to getting where you want to be. In your mind, it all starts in the mind. You need to put it back on the table. Whatever you're looking to achieve, put it back on. It is realistic because only you've told yourself it's not. You need to get healthy so you've got enough fuel and feel good enough to go after what you want to get. You need to make sure you've got enough money to get to where you want to be. Nothing's free in this world. You need to have the people around you to make it all worth it. You need the love in your life from your friends, your family and your loved ones. And you need to know what's going to fulfill you. You need that roadmap where the end destination is fulfillment. Because what you'll find is, it's not the end destination. The fulfillment is in the journey. The fulfillment is knowing one day you'll get there. And every day you're making a 1% increase in progress towards getting that. And when you rest your head at night, you'll wake up in the morning, you'll be ready to punch those limiting beliefs of what you can achieve and all the negative talk right in the fucking head. And you'll roll up your sleeves and you'll do what you need to do to get where you want to be. And nobody, and I mean nobody, will get in your way.